Okay, welcome back. Now, this is our second video in our YouTube series on walking bass. Now, if you haven't seen that first one, check it out. Remember that we're doing a long form 2-5-1. So in the first one, we went a 2-5 into B flat major. 3, 4. So the chords, C minor, F7, B flat major, right, and 2 bars on that one chord. And the trick was, once you learn, we had 3 lines, easy to modify lines. Once you learn those, you just kind of coast a little bit on the one chord with half notes. Once you feel more comfortable, you start rhythmatizing the roots and the fifths. So you get this. Nice, you know. All right. So a real nice methodology to help you kind of ease into playing walking bass, because you get to the one chord, you just coast a little bit, you know, until you're used to the lines, memorizing them, singing them, right, and just getting that ticker tape going in your mind of the chords going by with each measure. And in this case, again, it's a long form 2-5-1, 2-5-1-1, right, a 4 bar. So now this week we're going to do the relative minor. So you get this type of sound. As you play the chord. And now it's interesting, our ears are a little more used to hearing the G minor 7 as opposed to the minor major. You usually find it at the end of the tune, or when the pianist wants that flavor, that minor major flavor. And so you don't have to worry about that right now, but you'll learn to recognize it. It really is a very bright sound, kind of combination of dark and bright, you know. But I want you to think of it as harmonic minor. So instead of just natural, the F sharp rings that F7, that D7, you know, and you're really more like this type of sound, you know. So you get this type of scalar sound. I always learn that minor 9 arpeggio too, by the way. You know, minor major 9 actually. You know, just it's a nice sound, you know. So that's where you're going to derive these chords from. So you get A minor 7 flat 5, D7, D7 with a flat 9, right? The E flat is in G harmonic. And then the one chord, you know, the G minor. So here are the 3 lines that I want you to memorize. In fact, I'll just play them and I'll just DJ them for you. You know, we'll go over them. Check it out. Remember, half notes on the one chord. Again. So that's the first one. Second. Chromatic off of that D. It's a really nice flavor. Check this one out, number 3. There's a non-mode tone in there. I'll show you. You got a little A flat. All right. So, so the first one, that A minor 7 flat 5, we're just using the triads. Remember, you play a triad in a measure of quarter notes, you got one more note to get to the next chord. So, and that's a great advantage, really. You can go nice chromatic, you know, or you could just play the root again. You know, you could play the seventh. You know, that sounds a little bit consonant, you know. So, but so the first one again is just the triad, and I use that D flat to come into, or you can think of it as C sharp actually, to come into the 5 chord, the D. And I usually play this rhythmic gesture. Yeah. Right to that F sharp. Right, so there's the first one. The second one now is same to the start, and then when you hit that D, just go chromatic. F sharp to G. I mean, it's a sweet little, that chromatic sound is just very alluring, you know. All right, so there's the second one. The third one now is part of a line that I want you to get good at. It's really such a, I really like it as just a little bit of a nugget on these minor 7 flat 5 chords. And the truth is, whenever you have that chord, you could even start on the flat 5, you know, the E flat. You go. You know, it's just, you can see it's such it's quite a handful, but it's also a nice span. You know, it's a wider range than you would normally be playing. So, but we're only using 3 notes now, so it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the interesting thing about this line is you've got that first part, but you're also hitting the F sharp when you go to that D7, and then chromatic to the D, and then that's a juicy little line. 2, 3, 4. Nice, man. 3, 4. All right, so there's your 3 lines. Now, the really great part, as I mentioned earlier, and of course in the first lesson, right, number 1 in our walking bass series, is using those that little oasis when you get to the 1 chord to just play roots and fifths. And now the next step is to rhythmatize them. 3, 4. Nothing wrong with that. You could just use the triad too, you know. Try this one. So it's just natural when you start getting those chord forms in there, right, for that 1 chord, that you're going to just start playing that extra quarter note. You're going to start playing that extra chromatic note. You know, you're going to start fitting that, slotting out 2 measures on a 1 chord. I'll just improvise a few bass lines. Check this out. I love that one. Do it again. That E natural really isn't the best note. love that one. Little chromatic. There's so much right there under your fingers. You don't have to be playing all over the top and bottom of the bass at the same time. You can play some great walking bass right there. So I hope you appreciate that. We've got our first lesson in B flat major, and this one in G minor. And a lot of you are going to recognize that's the relative minor of B flat major. So I've got a little something up my sleeve for the next lesson, and that is to put these together into something called the key cycle. And that is something you want to get great at playing. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go check the website out. I've got a lot of, not only can you sign up for the free section and get some awesome, actually, smoking lesson videos, but you can also watch all of the intro videos to each of the courses I have. I got about 14 so far. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.